Jack-o'-lanterns. Jack-o'-lanterns. What is a jack-o'-lantern? Carved pumpkins are called jack-o'-lanterns. Jack-o'-lanterns are popular decorations around Halloween. Simple jack-o'-lanterns are carved with spooky faces or a tulsi green. People started carving pumpkins more than 100 years ago. Stories say the jack-o'-lantern tradition began in Ireland, and before that, people in Ireland carved turnips or potatoes instead. How did the jack-o'-lantern tradition begin? A common fable from the 19th century may answer this question. The fable tells the story of a man named Stingy Jack. He was cheap and liked to play tricks on everyone. When he died, he was cursed to walk in darkness forever. He carved a turnip and put a light inside to show him the way. People in Ireland called his ghost Jack of the Lantern and Jack-o'-lantern. Modern jack-o'-lanterns. The Stingy Jack tradition later became part of a night called All Halloweens Eve. All over Europe, people lit huge fires and wore costumes to keep away ghosts. In Ireland, people carved scary faces on turnips and potatoes and placed lights inside. Soon others started to follow this tradition in Scotland and England. The English used beads for their jack-o'-lanterns. All Hallows Eve later became known as Halloween. People from these countries brought the jack-o'-lantern tradition to the United States. They soon found that pumpkins worked well as jack-o'-lanterns. By the 1920s, pumpkin carving became popular across America. Today, carving jack-o'-lanterns is an important part of Halloween. Every autumn, people visit a pumpkin patch or a farm to pick the perfect pumpkin. About 1 billion pounds, more than 680 million kgs of pumpkins are grown in the United States each year. Carving jack-o'-lanterns. Pumpkins that are firm and smooth work well for jack-o'-lanterns. If the pumpkin tilts to one side, the light inside may fall over. Some people buy carving kits, which include the tools and designs to make a great jack-o'-lantern. Others carve without any help from partners. The first step is carving a pumpkin. It's to cut a hole in the top to make the lid. Always have a parent help out while carving with a knife. Next, the inside edge and the seeds can be scooped out until the pumpkin is empty. Many people roast the seeds for a snack. Others make tasty pies, bread, or soup with the pumpkin flesh. The next step is to draw a design on the pumpkin. Then it's time to carve. People can carve faces, animals, or messages. They can trace out designs or even paint to decorate the pumpkin. After the pumpkin is carved, A candle or other light can be placed inside. Finally, the pumpkin lid goes back on top. Jack-o'-lantern events. Many cities put on special events to show off their carved pumpkins. In Hudson Valley, New York, thousands of jack-o'-lanterns make up a big display. This festive event is complete with spooky sounds and music. Pumpkins lie side by side to form big snakes and dinosaurs. Visitors can walk through a dome of pumpkins all carved with twinkling stars. A huge display in Los Angeles, California presents pumpkin cars and dinosaurs and pumpkin carvings of famous people. People can watch the artists carve their pumpkins at this event. Recently, a town in New Hampshire broke a world record for the most lit jack-o'-lanterns on display. The town has 30,000 jack-o'-lanterns lit at once. The tradition continues. Carving pumpkins into jack-o'-lanterns is a fun activity for people of all ages. Pumpkins can be carved with a spooky face or detailed art. They can even be used as part of a big display. However people carve them, jack-o'-lanterns are a sure sign that Halloween is around the corner. What kind of jack-o'-lantern would you make?